Gotcha. All right. So good afternoon, my wonderful and beautiful kings and queens. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I pray that each of you are having a blessed and safe day. All is well with you. Everything is going great. And even if it's not, you're under the sound of my voice. Guess what? You have made it to a brand new day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, you have made it. And that right there is a blessing and a miracle within itself. If this is your first time tuning into my podcast, my name is Candace Brown. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an author as well as a YouTuber. I am also a mother of two beautiful, wonderful children. And what I do mindset coaches for women, helping them take their mindsets from rags to riches. So I need for all my wonderful, beautiful queens out there to fix your crowns. All right. They get a little crooked sometimes. They might be cracked. They might even be broken. But that's all right. You have the power to fix your crown. And there are some of my queens, some of my sisters out there. I don't know what y'all waiting on. Go ahead and pick up that crown that's sitting down in front of you. Put it on top of your head and walk like the fearless, bold queen that you were born to be. All right, y'all. So we're gonna do things a little bit different today. I have my good friend here, Mr. Harris. How you doing, Mr. Harris? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Candace. Glad to be on with you today. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, wonderful. But y'all, Mr. Harris is my friend. He coming on here and we're gonna talk about this credit thing. Y'all know how important credit is now. You need credit to do almost anything today. And a lot of our credit shot to the roof. Y'all know it looking raggedy that y'all don't even want to discuss them credit scores. Y'all ashamed to look at them, but that's all right. Cause my boy here, Marquell Harris, gonna help us out today. So
Yes, ma'am.
Marquell, tell us a little bit about you, because this is your second time on the podcast, but I have new viewers and new people coming in all the time on the podcast. So just give us a little background about you.
All right. A little bit about me. I'm a son of, let's see, 13. The youngest of 13 children. I grew up in a little small town called Dickey, Georgia, down in Calhoun County. I have two amazing daughters myself and two handsome grandboys, and I've been working pretty much all my life, but I finally found a way to not only become financially independent, but to help others get on a path to financial freedom and create their own way. I enjoy waking up in the morning now, just hopping on my laptop, helping people, not having to go in and clock in on nobody's job. So it's a great feeling. That's just a little about me. So
Yes, yes, Marquel, I'm telling you, I enjoy the same feeling. I enjoy it. When I tell you I don't have to hit nobody clock, oof, Lord. Let me
yeah, it's
just
a great thing.
okay, let me go on shot right here. Cause I ain't got to get up get up, fight traffic, dropping my baby off at the daycare, flying down the highway trying to hit that clock on time. Oh
Oh yeah.
man, it's a wonderful feeling. But I appreciate you coming on. So today, give us a little bit about how credit actually works.
Um, Credit works in all fashions of life. And it's like I was talking to a good friend the other day, and I was telling him, at the age of 43 now, I finally gotten to a point where I really think about my kids and grandkids and the legacy that I want to leave behind for them and
Mm-hmm.
educate them on the most important thing in life. We can have all the money in the world and still not be happy. Money can buy you everything, but even with money, credit is still the most important asset, life really have to offer, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who wants to really go out and pay $200,000 cash for a house if they can negotiate and get that house at a lower rate with good credit? And what I really find out when I got involved in business and where my credit score was credit really affects your dating life. And I never understood that and I never knew that. But it goes back to, when you get married and everything, and, they say the biggest reason for divorce is finances. If you don't have good credit, those finances are really going to take a big hit also. So just understand that credit do affect life in major, major ways.
Yes, yes, it does. And Marquel, when you said that, you made me think about my boy Dr. Miles Monroe. I love him. And he said, people tell you, they give you a reason why they love you. He said, but there shouldn't be a reason, because every time that you tell somebody why you love them, you got to hold to the expectation
Right,
for the rest
right,
of your life. So people, that's why, people they get married. Well, I'm gonna marry John over here because John got all the money. Okay, something might happen to John one day, and
right.
a dry season may come. Are you gonna be able to stay with him in that dry season? But like, oh, I can't do this. I'm finna get a divorce. He broke. I can't do this. And there you go, because you done got married for the wrong reasons.
Well,
Love, man. I'm telling Dr. Miles Monroe so deep on that. But yes, that's true. That is
yeah.
so true. I'm telling you. So with this credit thing, what would you say right now? You repaired your credit? How have you repaired it, or how would you go about repairing it? Let's just say you talk to somebody that's working on their credit. Like me, I'm working on my credit. Okay, I just got out of chapter 13 bankruptcy about a few months ago. And I am looking to work on my credit. Yes, it's part of working on me, y'all. You got to work on your credit now. So, what would you suggest to a person like me that has just come out of that to work on their credit?
Um, the first thing is I just get into with you, how bankruptcy is a very, very easy way to go. Very easy way to go in order to, and a lot of people think that filing bankruptcy fix your credit. It doesn't, because that bankruptcy is going to stay on your credit for at least 7 years minimum. So I
Mm-hmm.
would advise you to, come on into my company and let me assist you with getting that bankruptcy removed from your credit to where, your credit score will go up. And when you go out to get things, that bankruptcy won't, it won't shine on you in a bad light, because bankruptcies, it stays on your credit and it do shines on you in a bad light. But,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would, walk you through our processes with some of the great services that we offer. And, it might not even take a lot of people, you file bankruptcy, it's what, 3 to 7 years you have to be committed to that bankruptcy.
Yeah, I had to be committed for what I did. I filed a chapter 13, and I had to be committed for at least 3 to 5 years.
Okay. And how much was you paying a month for that bankruptcy?
Let's see. For my bankruptcy, it was I think it was around 215 a month. I think that's what I was paying. Yeah, I think it was around 215 a month that I was paying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't have a calculator, but you take and you multiply 215 times 36 to 72, which is the months, because those are the years you say you was invested, 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You multiply that and you tell me the total you come up with, then I'll tell you, hey, do you not know for like $89 we could have helped you get negative and obsolete items off your credit report, derogatory things, we could have helped you get all of that off your credit report, um, with
I,
just an initial payment up front of 188 and only $89 a month, and you still would have saved a lot more than filing that bankruptcy that's still going to be on your credit once you're finished.
yes, because I am ashamed to even tell you the number. I am ashamed to tell you the number. I ain't gonna even say it.
And
I'm
it
gonna say it for y'all. 'Cause I know half of y'all. What it is? What it is? Y'all, for 72 months, it was $15,480.
15,000, almost $16,000. And the
Yeah.
sad part about that is
It's,
that bankruptcy is still going to negatively impact your
mm-hmm.
credit.
Yes, yes.
And a lot of people will be like, well, I don't have much on my credit. And, I don't care if it's a dollar that's on your credit report. That dollar is going to affect. your
Mm-hmm.
credit score,
Yes. Yes, it
you
is.
know. So, but yeah, it's that much easy. It's a lot easier with what I do to help people simply because, like I say, the 188, and then I run specials too. Like, if people will go follow my Facebook page. My name is Marquell Harris. If you go follow me on Facebook, you'll see a lot of stuff that I post to where I run specials to where you might not even end up paying that 188 up front. I might be offering a special that week to where I'm only charging just the initial first month, and that's the $89 to get you started. Because with me, it's not about making money in the business, because the business itself is truly going to take care of me if I'm taking care of my clients and customers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but 16,000, Candace, 16,000.
Marquel, you listen, you ain't gotta you ain't gotta do me like that. Cause I'm telling you, I'm hurt by this. I'm looking like Lord have mercy. Now,
and
all
and
that
and
planning.
then let's just say you paid 16,000, but your only credit, derogatory credit that you had on your report,
Mm-hmm.
let's just say that credit was only 10,000 total. So that's 6,000, that an additional 6,000 they done made off of you to get $10,000 worth of debt clear, but
Mm-hmm.
you're still impacted by that bankruptcy.
Yes, yes.
And if you invest in yourself, and that's what I call what I do, and I talk to people, it's an investment in yourself. I invested in myself. And
Mm,
since Candace, you told a little bit about your credit side, I'm gonna tell you about mine. Okay. I went through a bad divorce. I came out of when I first met the woman I was with, my credit score was at a 781, I think, or 780, somewhere in there. But coming out of that divorce, my credit score fell all the way down to a 527.
mm,
All the way down to a 527. You know, it was embarrassing to me because I'm a guy that has a lot of pride. And sometimes I have to move my pride out the way in order to go through those embarrassing stages in order to get to where I want to be. But it was embarrassing to tell a woman that you're wanting to date that your credit score is a 527. You know what I mean? Like, the average woman would take off and run. But I was introduced by this woman to this agency and everything. And when I saw my credit score begin to start going up, like it jumped 130 points in 3 months. I'm
wow.
like, wow, because I was just like you. I was considering um, bankruptcy also. But when I was told I only had like 20,000 in debt, I was like, okay, well, I'll just pay some stuff off. And then when I got to looking at my credit report, I was like, can't pay debt off at this time. So I
Mm-hmm.
just let it stay, you know. But to get involved in this company that I'm with, when they started working on mine and it jumped those 130 points, I was like, okay, so it does work and everything. So don't get discouraged by people telling you that, oh, your credit can't be fixed, your credit can't be that. When you really find someone that's truly about helping you with your credit, then you will see results, you know. So
Oh
it's
yeah. I
yeah.
I wish I had a match, but I wish I had a more quicker. Boy, I tell you. Oh, this is the easiest way. That's what they tell. It's gonna be listening to a friend now that didn't about know what they were talking about. But oh yeah, this gonna be the easiest way and stuff. And for a little while it was, but then when I got to thinking and got to researching, I'm like, man.
And I'm just gonna use you and I in an example right quick, because we're gonna talk about a path forward and the path that you took versus the path that I took.
Mm-hmm.
Your path was quick and easy because you just paid a flat fee and that was it. You know, my path is, okay, I'm having to pay every month to have this done. The first 30 days, I didn't see any results.
Mm-hmm.
The next 15 days, I didn't see any results. But on that 60th day, I saw results. So just because somebody else's path might be faster doesn't mean your path have to be as fast. You're moving forward, you're just not moving as fast. So don't let forward don't let people that tell you that, oh, I did this and it immediate hit. A lot of people that tell you that they really didn't get the results they wanted, because I met with a lady the other day, and got her signed up and everything. And I told her to give it about, I always instruct my customers to give it about at least 6 months to see true results. You might start seeing results within the first month. You might see results within the first 45 days, but I always encourage them to give it at least 6 months. Stay in the program at least 6 months
Uh-huh.
and see. And then, just like I did, when I saw the results, that's when I decided, okay, somebody helped me. Now I want to get involved in this and I want to help somebody. And not only am I helping somebody, it is another form of income that you have coming in.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think I spoke to you before on how the rich get rich and stay rich. It ain't because of how they treat the poor, it's because they take the bulk of their money and they reinvest it into something else, or they find another stream of income coming in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key thing to life, is finding those multiple streams of income,
And
you
so,
know.
that's true. Because I listen to Tony Gaskins a lot, and he always talks about how to create several streams of income. And that's what we have to know. You just can't have your job. Your job ain't going to make you rich. Because, first of all, you are only getting the money that they think that you worth.
And it's crazy.
Crazy.
And yeah, because I also listen to Dr. Lynn Richardson, which is another reason why I jumped on starting this business and starting my own home-based business, is because every time you clock in on a clock, that employer is paying you to do a job,
Mm-hmm.
not paying you what you're worth for doing the job, but paying you to do a job. So if I can pay you $1,200 a month to do a job, but you making me millions of dollars a month for doing this job,
Come on.
who's really succeeding here? And it's just that educational level, especially in, that some of us that didn't grow up with that silver spoon in our mouth, that we don't know. Our parents didn't teach us the importance of credit and financial education and stuff like that, because they kept all their money at home. You
Right.
know, I met a guy the other day. He didn't have a bank account until I told him that, we do automatic drafts. Like when you sign up, you got to sign up with a debit card
Mm-hmm.
or a credit card. I say, so, we had to take and go to the bank. He walking around with thousands of dollars in his pocket. Like,
Wow.
he explained to me, he said, man, I didn't know, and everything. So yes, I took him to followed him to the bank, let them talk to them, and he got his account open and everything. But it's just, we have to get to a point now in life to where we really have to start breaking generational curses.
Yes.
A lot of people don't think life insurance is important. Well, if you lost anybody at the rate that we was losing everybody in 2020, and all of those people that didn't have things in order, y-
Mm-hmm.
God still gave us a chance to now put things in place. Like, we shouldn't be waiting to make sure if something happened to us, our kids are gonna be good. Our families that we're leaving behind, they're not gonna be stuck with our debt. Now is the time for all of us to become more financial independent than to continue to, you know, depend on having to put 3 to 5 thousand dollars down on a vehicle, and you still having to pay $800 a month on it.
Come on.
You, we're at an age to where we shouldn't have to go to a buy here, pay here place to get a vehicle, to where 2011 vehicle that's got 150,000 miles on it still costing you more than somebody like myself now, that can walk into a dealership and get a brand new vehicle 2020, 2021, and pay less than what you're paying for a buy here pay here vehicle. It
Right.
just it don't make sense to me anymore. And that's the thing is that we allow so many other people to get rich off of us, and we refuse to invest in ourselves.
That's it. Got to make investments. Yes.
Right. And that's another big thing too. Paying to get your credit fixed is not a bill. I repeat, it's not a bill. It's an investment into yourself. When
Yeah.
I look at all of these people, graduations and 16th birthdays and everything, buying their kids new cars and stuff, my baby girl just got her learner's permit a month ago. And, and the first thing out her mouth was, Dad, I want a car.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about it, like, Daddy got all of these bills and, Daddy got this going on and that going on. Daddy can't afford no car. But I thought about it. Dad can go out and get a car financed for her and just
Mm-hmm.
make the monthly payments on it.
That's
You
it.
know, so I ain't gotta stress about trying to come up with all of that money up front. And that's just one of the many things that you don't have to stress about when you have credit is that hey, your credit is gonna speak for itself.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's yeah. That credit is and also with us, we should be an age where we want to go out buy the house we want to buy, but you can't buy it because your credit jacked up. You know.
Right,
So now we
right.
got over here and we got to get this over here, and that ain't what we want. We don't want to live there. Then we unsatisfied. And I'm a believer that when you get something that you don't want, you ain't gonna take care. You ain't gonna pay for it because you really don't want it.
You really don't want it.
You really don't even want it. So you like, I don't care if this happened. I don't care if that happened. So get what you want. Fix your credit. I gotta fix my credit, y'all. Finna gotta work on it. But it's
Um,
for yourself.
yeah. I wish there was a way that I could have got this guy Travis. Travis had been working with me ever since I started in this business. He was one of my first customers. His credit score was I think it was a 580.
Mm-hmm.
He signed up and everything. When he's only been in it 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
God is so good and so amazing. And these are his words when he sent me a message the other day. He say, "Brother, God is so good and God is so amazing." And he said, "I remember you telling me that God is going to bless me at the right time and
Mm.
everything. And I didn't understand what you were saying." He said, "But God blessed me when I met you and you talked to me about credit and I started getting my credit fixed." He say, "I'm proud to say to you that I just bought my first piece of land and
Ooh.
I'm meeting with a contractor in a couple of days to start building my dream house from the ground up." And
Ooh.
I'm like, all I can say back to him was, won't he do it? I can't take credit for it. It's all God. God introduced us to the right people at the right time. I can't explain. I can't express to you enough of how much our conversations truly benefit me. Not only the growth I've seen in you, but also that same growth you've seen in me. So it's like you just gotta believe in God one, believe, trust, and invest in yourself two, and always trust the process, and everything is gonna work out.
Yes, it is. Ooh, glory be to God. I'm trying to hold my chin down because when you say that man say he finna build his dream house on his land, ooh, man.
And think about it now. I've only been doing this for 7 months. He was my first customer, so he's only been enrolled for about 7 months. You
Wow.
hear about 7 months,
Man. Ooh,
and
Jesus.
he's purchased a piece of land and about to build his
His
dream
dream
house
on the land.
on
Mm,
the land.
on the land. Woo.
I went Mother's Day. I went down home. My sisters and brothers and I, we all got together and we went out and we did a big little memorial for my mom on our land.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking acres of land that my dad had when he passed and he left to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Land that surrounded us that we couldn't afford. I thank God daily that my nieces took advantage of a program like this to get their credit fixed. And not only did they got their credit fixed, but they purchased homes themselves, one in North Carolina, one in Warner Robins. But not only did they do that, they went back home and they purchased the land around the land that my dad left us. And it's just again speaking volumes to how important credit is,
Yes.
you know. So it's just amazing. We have got to start not tomorrow, but right now, thinking about that future and the legacy that we want to leave to those that we love and our children.
Yes, that's so true. Leaving a legacy behind, because that's what we doing. We leaving a legacy. And
Yep.
y'all tell y'all that all the time on my podcast. Get up every day and create something. Cause you ain't just creating for you, you create for your children, you creating for generations behind you. Invest. You got to invest in yourself, but that's a lot of our problem. We do not want to invest. We don't want to invest.
We want it all right then. We
The
want
rest-
to enjoy the fruits of our labor, but are we really thinking about those that are most important to us?
Yes.
Really thinking about them because again, I and I hate to sound like I'm bragging because I'm not, but I'm just thankful to where somebody, God thought enough of me as to bring somebody into my life to introduce me to something that's is not only benefiting me, but I think about the future of my grandboys.
Mm-hmm.
That if these two boys live to see the age of 45, they will never, I repeat, never have to work another day of their life
Mm,
because I chose to go ahead and set aside things for them that's only gonna grow, but they ain't gotta do anything. All they gotta do is be productive in their own lives to get to the age of 45 and their granddaddy have them set.
my God. That's
My
it.
baby girl, upon completing her 4-year degree, and I'm proud to say that she will be graduating school a year early, and I'm
Yeah.
thankful to God for that because I was a smart kid in school, but I wasn't the best student.
Okay.
All I wanted to do was play sports, but I know in order to play sports, I had to get my lesson. But I wasn't the best student. Like I gave teachers a lot of trouble, but at the same time, I got my work. But she's really applied herself to her education. And when she talked to me and I asked her certain questions, and most times when I hang up the phone with her, I start to tear up because I'm like, this kid is nothing like me, you know? And I've also took it upon myself to start not only talking to her mom about us protecting her credit, our daughter's credit and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
also talking to my daughter about credit. Now, she'll be 16 in a month or two. She'll be 16 in August. But I'm also already instilling that into her.
Yes.
We have to start early because the one thing about our children, they pay attention to everything that we do.
Yes, they do.
If they look at you like a hero and you're just out balling, spending money, not trying to fix credit, not trying to leave a legacy, they're gonna do the exact same thing.
That's it.
So
That's so true. Oh, that's true. But yes, I'm proud. But we have to come together as parents and do that. And cause my daddy. Now I'm gonna say this right here. Now my daddy always talked about credit. My mama wasn't too much on the credit thing, but my daddy was. I just didn't want to listen to him at the time. I was hard headed. It's all outdoors. I tell you. He like, all right now. I'm like, I got me. I do me. didn't want to listen, just to hold headed. And now I'm like, boy, if I had listened. But ain't got to worry about that no more. No more.
Yep, no more.
No more. No more. Nah, nah, no more.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell one more story, and it's about one of the top leaders in this amazing company that I work for. And then I'm gonna give some background on the company itself and a lot of the services that this company offer for only $89 a month. But this guy, I want you guys to take and I want you all to Google him. His name is Alfred E. Nixon. Again, Alfred E. Nixon. Alfred is 28 or 29 years of age. Alfred's story is similar to my story, but again, I just didn't have the drive at his age that he had. But at 19 years old, Alfred basically said things had to be different. He grew up in a house with 7 kids, I think it was. He had
Mm-hmm.
to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning in order to take a shower just so he could get hot water. Um, he was, single mom. She was in a 1 bedroom apartment with 7 children. Just think about that, especially you as mothers, how hard that is. 7, but he's the oldest of the 7, so Alfred has been involved in this company for 4 years. Alfred is one of the top earners in this company. He's a multimillionaire now.
Mm.
28, 29 years old, multimillionaire, only by doing what he felt really something that God placed in him. Like his passion was to help people. He understood what him and his mom went through, and he got involved, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and now his success story, he went from living in a 1 bedroom apartment, sleeping on a floor, to now he live in a high rise condo in Miami, overseeing the city of Miami. And just think about high rise and how much one of those places, you gotta pay for, how
Mm-hmm.
much it costs. But he started out the same way, and I'm talking 4 years.
Exactly. That's what I'm on the 4 years.
It's
Four,
a
4 years now.
Yeah, Bill Gates took longer.
Yes.
Um, I can't think of his name. The guy, Bizzo, I think his name is of Amazon.
Yes.
It took him
Four,
longer.
4 years.
But
Mm.
here's a young black man that invested in himself, took every little penny he had, and he say he didn't complain, even with only making $1,500 a month for 3 years in a row, trying to stay, just trying to keep going. But he didn't give up.
Right.
And in 4 years, with doing something that he was passionate about, he's a multi-millionaire.
Mm.
We just had a Super Saturday event up here in Atlanta to where we was all a part of an amazing program. And I'm just looking around the room of all of these successful people in this business, you know, and even looking at myself as I'm taking self as a success story myself, because again, success is not about the number of dollars you have in the bank. Success is about how many people you help,
Yes.
building your legacy and everything. But it was just an amazing event, and all of them basically, we all have the same story. And a lot of us as African Americans, we know what it's like to truly be poor. We know what it's like to sacrifice. We know what it's like to wonder about where our next meal is going to come from, how we're going to get the light bill paid, how we're going to keep a roof over our children's head. But now we have an opportunity where we can invest in ourselves, and our children don't have to have those same worries that we had. The worries that we grew up with, let's not dump them in the laps of our children because they're going to have their own worries anyway. So let's just help them out in that aspect. But, this company, we offer credit restoration. And again, all of this is only for $89 a month. We offer credit restoration um, to where you sign up, we go in and we pull your credit files and we see what's going on with your credit and we start a dispute process for you. Now, me personally, I don't create the letters and everything. We have credit attorneys that you get for free. And if you think about a credit attorney, you're probably going to pay $400 or $500 for 1 hour.
Yes.
you know, but here you are getting this credit attorney for free that's going to go through everything line by line and going to see what's on there, create everything that need to be created, and get things taken care of for you. Um, we have identity monitoring, another free service. Who's to say right now, as we're on this podcast, to where somebody isn't using your social and you don't even know it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I applied for uh, it was something online the other day I applied for. But anyway, I immediately got a text message to my phone from this from Allstate monitoring, and they was asking did I just have my social ran and everything, and that's a good thing. And I will say this too, due to the fact that I bought up Allstate. Allstate don't put their name on anything that's not legit or profitable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we see Allstate everywhere. But if it's not legit or profitable, Allstate is not going to do it. Um, we also offer will and trust. You know, you don't want just anybody making decisions on your life when you come to the end of life. And I know it's a difficult discussion to talk about and everything, but we all have to face reality to the point to where with the will and trust, we're with life, we're all gonna have to take a walk out of this world one day.
Mm-hmm.
We're all gonna have to leave here, and that's one of the few things that God promised us in this life. He didn't promise we was gonna be rich. He didn't promise we was gonna be successful, but He did promise us that every living thing is going to die, and
Mm-hmm.
that if we believe in Him, we will have eternal life. So we have to put things in place. And Candace, I don't know if you followed DMX a lot, but DMX passed earlier this year, a
Yeah.
couple of months ago, I think. Okay,
Mm-hmm. I did.
I'm gonna use DMX, James Brown,
Mm-hmm.
Prince,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson. Those are four of the top musicians that we ever knew. And guess what? People today are still fighting over their estates because they didn't have anything in place to say who was to take care of what and how things were supposed to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, it took them forever to get James Brown buried. James Brown was being moved around because this child wanted this, that child wanted that, and it was just a big
It was a.
mess.
It was. It was.
So you get to go in and you get to write up your own will and trust for free.
Wow.
Once you complete it, they send it out to you, certified and everything, and you put it into their hands or you put it into a lockbox or wherever you want to put it in a safe place, to where those people that you trust more will make a decision on your life at the end versus whatever state you're in or the federal government trying or the local officials trying to tell your family how they're going to distribute your estate.
Exactly.
So that will and trust is something and that was another thing that sold me on this company. And not only the credit restoration, but just the will and trust.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody that you think, especially family that you think might like you right now,
Okay.
other family members will find out when you're gone that this person really didn't care nothing about you, you
Mm,
know.
so
So,
they ain't sticking for you.
right.
Mm.
So, those are some of the few things that we offer. There's also a credit builder tool to where you can that helps you build your credit even faster. It was something else that I wanted to touch on. Oh, debt payoff. If there are certain things that you want to try to get paid off early and everything, there's a calculator within this debt payoff that'll tell you how much more per month or how much more per year you would need to pay in order to get things paid off sooner. Um, and it's just all kind of testimonials from people all across this great country that have like stories, like didn't understand the importance of credit, but once they learn the importance of credit and the importance of financial education, they're all now talking about how this amazing company turned their life around and how many of them quit jobs. Like, I will say this, it's amazing how many real estate agents and real estate brokers in this company that say that they was working jobs to where they was making real good money, but they didn't have a retirement plan.
Wow.
This is a company that you can pretty
Mm.
much get a retirement plan set up.
Wow.
At that Super Saturday event I was talking about, I ran across a guy. He was an engineer up here in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
and he was already making six figures, but he was like, man, 200,000 a year versus pretty much 200,000 every other month. He was like, you do the math. I was like, it's a no brainer.
Right.
I'm not just talking just to talk. It's a lot of success stories out there from this amazing company that you can truly look at, and you can follow these people and follow their lifestyles and everything, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. But I encourage everybody to not start today. Not only if it not even if it's not with this company, but find someone in the credit industry that's repairing credit and truly taking care of the customers that you can get under to truly work for you and not just for themselves. And just watch how much life change.
Mm. I'm ready to get started today. I gotta get started. I'm telling you, won't God do
He'll
it?
do it. He'll do it, and it's just so like
I'm
it,
telling
it's
you.
it, it's amazing, and it's so many pastors. I'll say that too. It's so many pastors and first ladies that are in this business that are building true empires, not only in the church and the spiritual world, but also in grade schools, daycares, mentoring programs, leadership programs to help people that might not have those funds to get started on themselves. So it's just it's so many success stories, and I'm happy to be a part of it because I know at this moment I haven't earned my full potential in this company, but I give myself to the end of next year before I'll be able to say that, hey, with this company, I can say I'm a multimillionaire.
Yes, yes, I touch and agree with you.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
Gonna happen. I touch and agree with you. It's gonna.
Yep, and because it's this older lady. Let me speak on her too. It's this older lady. Um, her name is Robin. But Robin, um, she used to always she told her story at one event I was at, and she said she used to go out and she used to buy these huge trash bags from
Mhm.
Lowe's and Home Depot. And I was like, Lord, trash bags. I'm just thinking just normal trash bags. You probably get a 60-gallon can. That's the biggest you can get them.
Mhm.
But she was like, no. She said she got these industrial trash bags, and
Mhm.
she always kept them in her house because she knew every other month she was gonna be evicted.
Mm.
She talked about friends that she was having to hitchhike a ride to work with, that she had to give them gas money
My God.
versus eating.
Jesus.
Family that turned their backs on her.
Mm.
But today, Robin stands and tell her story simply because not only do she live in a $400,000 house,
Woo.
but through this amazing company and her work with this company and helping people, she don't pay for that house. The
Mm.
company give her a monthly allowance towards her mortgage on her house. The
Right.
company give her an allowance for the Mercedes that she drives.
Mm.
So it's many stories like her. It's levels to this company to where they want everybody, the ones that haven't signed up in the company yet, all the way to the ones that haven't made it to the top yet. They want everybody up the top eating with them. You
Yeah.
get to meet the CEOs and the top earners and the level up people in this company. I guarantee you on the job that most of you work today, even those that work in corporate America, you have never met your CEO yet.
Mm.
It's
No.
never happened.
Mm. No. And when you meet the CEO, you better believe it's something behind it. Why?
Right,
Okay, why am I meeting the CEO? What didn't happen with?
right. What done happened? Is there an investigation going on?
Yeah, because
You know,
I'm telling you, I mean, I remember one time I was at this job and we had never seen the company CEO of this company. But you know when they came when they were finna close the doors. We want to just let you know that this part of the hospital will no longer be operating. Y'all have a good day. And turned around and left.
hmm
And left. Never seen these people a day in my life, but seen them today. Couple of like it wasn't even a couple of. I mean, it was shut down that week. So they was basically telling us, go find a job.
and it's crazy because I was working for Best Buy Mobile, in one of their mobile stores, a manager in one of their mobile stores. One of the top managers made great money. I knew between every quarter, I knew I was going to bring in an additional $10,000 to $15,000 just off of bonus. I knew that was going to happen. But with my tenure with Best Buy, we changed CEOs twice. And even at some of our big managers meetings that we had in California and Orlando, all across America, I never can honestly say that I got the opportunity to shake hands with my CEO.
Mm,
It was very seldom I saw my district manager, and I know her salary wasn't the same as the salary of the CEO, but I very seldom saw her,
mm,
you know. So to be able to walk up to one of the top leaders in this company and have a conversation, and I'm older than this kid, this young man, I'm older than him, but for him to educate me on some things that I just was like, seemed like I should be teaching this to you. But again, we just never know who and what God has ordained for our lives.
yes, yes. And we can't
But
always think about the things that we go through. They don't even be for us.
right,
For somebody else. It's for you to go through it. God already know because at the end of the day, you already done made it out. You already rich. You already successful. You just got to go through the process.
right,
And don't think about this. Why am I going through this? No, this ain't even about you. This is for somebody else to help somebody else. Every time you got to think you are the hope. You are the light. They need to see you.
right,
Got to show up so you give people hope. Like, okay, if he made it out, I can make it out.
right,
Well,
right,
he went through this. I know I can go through this. She made it out. I can get through this.
right. And this guy that I'm talking about, I'm a, It's funny because now I'm thinking about professional athletes and the contracts that these athletes sign.
Mm-hmm.
The richest contract I think out there is $40 million a year.
Mm,
Okay. And they having to travel all across the world to play ball. You know, half of them have to play injured and everything just to keep that contract, just to meet their contract obligations.
mm-hmm.
Whereas I'm talking about the people in this business that I'm going to one day be in the near future. These people are not tied to a contract. If
Yes.
they wanted to quit today, they can quit today, and guess what? They will still make money.
See.
When these NBA players or football players or baseball players, when their contract is up, now you got to think about, what am I going to do next? Because if you haven't invested in yourself or invested your money the right way, you're going to end up in bankruptcy. You're going to end up broke.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you a lot of broke athletes right now that you just don't hear about no more.
Mm-mm.
You know, having to go overseas to play ball just to keep income coming in because you don't know, or you didn't wasn't taught how to invest your money, and to make sure that when the career that you have is over, you're able to sit and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Exactly.
You know,
Mm-hmm. That's so true.
I think about um, so many of us that'll work all of our life but never get to enjoy life.
That's it.
But I think about also me being able to now go to the beach and relax on the beach and everything, and not stress about how things are going to get paid, because I know this great business that I'm independently contracted through is still going to make sure that I have income coming in.
Exactly.
You know,
I can take days off when I get ready.
right,
I don't have to put in vacation time.
right. I don't want to talk to nobody today. I can just turn my cell phone off and hey, everything is going to be okay.
Exactly.
and
Woo.
And I'll say one more thing about creating a self-based business or home self-based business, and that is, every time I go on vacation now, I don't call it vacation. I call it a business trip,
That's it, Marco. I do the same thing.
because I'm going to speak to somebody while I'm out about my business.
Yes.
And the big payback on that is, whether I make money or don't make money, those travel expenses are now covered to where I can now write them off on my taxes.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many loopholes also, and I throw out Dr. Lynn Richardson name again and again. You guys go follow her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's a phenomenal woman. Her story is truly an American story also. And the things that she's done to help people and the things that she's invested in now and everything, but also she's one that wasn't taught about education of finances and credit and stuff like that until she got into her adult life. But Dr. Lynn Richardson, y'all follow her. She is truly amazing. But she tells the same story, and she tells you about all of these tax loopholes to where we don't know anything about because we are just not rich enough.
That's it.
We
Mm.
haven't educated ourselves enough. We don't have people working for us that you can invest money into to go out and find these things out for you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have these things on the internet to where you can go and see what's a tax loophole and what's not.
That's so true.
Because the world is designed for the top 1% to stay the top 1% and the other 99% to continue working for them. I refuse to be that statistic any longer. And everyone that's hearing this, you should no longer want to be that either.
Exactly.
Start investing in yourself and watch how much more life is going to be prosperous for you.
It is. It really is. Ooh. Ah, this is good right here. This good right here, brother. They better, y'all better go on, fix your credit, start you a business. This is the perfect time to start a home-based business.
Yep, perfect time.
Perfect time to start one. Because I'm
Yep,
telling you, the pandemic done, pandemic last year, it's time to start a home-based business because look at all the people that was out of work.
right.
Companies got shut down, lost jobs. The only people that really had a job was us medical people, frontline people, medical people like that, and the grocery stores. Everybody
Yeah,
else, restaurants, all this other stuff was shut down. What more better way to go ahead and start you a home based business?
yep. And with your home based business, you think about this too. Yes, the frontline workers, the essential workers. My company, it didn't shut down because we distributed all of the Clorox, disinfectants, Lysol, and everything. But when everything slowed down, yeah, we had to start not allowing people to come in or sending people home because our inventory just wasn't coming in like it usually would. And with such a high demand for all of these
Hmm.
disinfectants and everything, we couldn't keep up.
Right.
So employees at the company, we couldn't even buy anything for our families because we had to service the customers first. But
Yes.
you think about how many frontline workers we lost. We
Hmm.
think about how many of those essential workers we lost.
Yes.
Whereas if you would have had your own home based business, it wouldn't have been as stressful on you because, okay, I can confine my family to my home and
Hmm.
not worry about them having to go out. Um, it's
Exactly.
funny because I used to change clothes in the garage. Whatever I wore out to work or wore out in public, I never wore it inside the house.
Marquel, who you telling? I used to cause you know I worked at the hospital, so when I would dress up, hair, everything covered, but before I left the hospital, I would have to go take a shower.
Yeah,
And them showers were too, they wasn't all of that. But I had to shower. Y'all I had to wash everything. My clothes had to go in the red bio bag. And when I wash my clothes, man, I had to wash them separately. I had to sanitize. I had this, I had that. All of my clothes, my shoes, everything. I'm telling you, it was a mess because I had to shower every single day before I came home. Before I got in my car, I'd be in the shower
right,
before I left
right.
because it
It's
was just it was rough. Like
it,
I'm telling you, then y'all know us black women. Y'all know how we are about our hair. I kept my hair looking good. Like, oh no, it's got to be a way for me to cover up my hair because I can't do this. So having to invest in different color bonnets and stuff for my hair, yeah, yes, all of that stuff. I'm telling you, it was. Oh man, it was rough.
yeah.
But, whew,
And that's crazy, but well, that's all I got for you today. I will give out my contact information for anyone that would love to contact me and talk a little further, or if you have any questions that you would like answered.
yes,
I will be available. My phone number is 770-862-6716. You can also go to my Facebook page, Marquell Harris. All of my links are in there. Even if you want to book a consultation on social media, you could go to marquellharris.setmore.com and you can book an appointment through there. It's a free consultation. And I know this week I will be running several specials. So anybody want to get started, hey, like I say, I will be running specials for $89 this week. Um, Also, so just reach out to me and I get you started on your way to financial freedom.
all right, Marquette. Thank you so much for coming on. We need that from time to time. We need that information on how to better ourselves, working on ourselves. That's an investment. So I really appreciate you coming on today. Thank
Not a problem. Thank you for having me.
you. You welcome. You welcome. And y'all, kings and queens, y'all take advantage of this now. Y'all go on and support Marquia now. Take advantage of your credit. Take over your credit. Take it back because you gonna need it. So y'all,
Invest in your life.
yes, yes. Make sure y'all are doing that. But y'all have a blessed, safe, wonderful evening. This has been Candace C. Bryan, your certified life coach and motivational speaker. I will check it with you guys next time.